Hello, my name is Sullivan. I'm a researcher with the Waterford Institute of Technology, and I'm going to talk about a holistic approach for researcher-led on-farm experiments. So straight into it, what are the different types of on-farm experiments? Well, in my experience, there's two different types. We'll look very briefly at the farmer-led one, and then we will get into a little bit of detail on the researcher-led one. On the farmer-led one, I think it's more a problem-based methodology, so it makes things a lot more straightforward. The farmer gathers the data they need, they test the new idea or the technology, they observe the results, and they move on. And there's no bad results. It either works or it doesn't, or it's someplace in the middle. The researcher-led one is different. It's more about the opportunity and the potential for something in the future, which makes it less tangible and more difficult to communicate. There's often multiple leaders and the goals aren't always aligned. There's different sectors using different languages. And unfortunately, the result can be the experiment turns into a bit of a box ticking exercise. Now that matters a lot because it means poor farmer engagement and low value data sets. So briefly about the Agri-Discrete project itself, this is a 2-year project funded by the Irish Department of Agriculture, Food and Marine, and we looked at good data governance practices in an Irish context. So the bottom line, if you remember nothing else from this presentation, you need more skills and you need more time. They both cost, but equally they are both necessary. So the skills in the Agri-Discrete project were social sciences and humanities, business model and economics, and ICT and technology. Please read these when you have a little bit of time after this presentation is over. On the social sciences and humanities side, there's a couple of points there to help you get a frame of reference for what's needed there. Same with economics and business modeling, and ICT and technology as well. So we started the project with a whole load of ideas, a whole load of brainstorming and all the usual stuff. But what we did then was get straight out onto the farms and talk to the farmers themselves. And this involved a multi-actor approach. We had a series of workshops of varying sizes and varying focuses. But the common thing was that each had input from SSH, from business modeling, and from ICT. We had various iterations of our different deliverables before and after the workshops when we got feedback from the farmers and the various other stakeholders in the different pieces of work. Couple of things with the multi-actor approach. It's not just about getting input from people and including them. It's saying thanks and it's showing thanks as well. And it's giving feedback and letting the participants, the farmers, the policy people, the technology providers, whoever, it's about letting them know that they have had an impact and they are helping and where they fit on the grand scheme of things within the on-farm experiment itself. We've come to the end already. In summary, for researchers, we're not farmers for the most part, but we've got to try and understand the world from where the farmer is standing. There's lots of different priorities there. Point number 2 here, farmers' time costs money. Nobody wants to work for free. If the farmer is giving you their time and their effort, what are you offering in return? We need to be tangible there in what we're returning to the farmer. Third point, the multi-actor approach. Start with your initial researcher and academic ideas. Get feedback from the people who are going to be impacted most, the people who you need to gather the data from. Change things up, get more feedback, refine the ideas again, do a bit of a trial, get validation and more feedback. It's all about talking to people all the time. The Agri-Discrete deliverable there, D2.3, has a lot more detail on this. You can Google it and find it online or drop me an email and I will send it to you. And that is my presentation. As well as a researcher, I'm also a part-time beef and sheep farmer. So you can follow me on Twitter or you can drop me a researcher email at the email address showing there. So thank you very much.